What happened while we were away, brought to you by Holding Steady. Inflation held steady in July. The Bureau of Labor Statistics on Tuesday said the Consumer Price Index, a broad measure of how everyday goods like gasoline, groceries, and rent cost, rose 0.2% in July compared with last month, while it was up around 2.7% from a year ago. The monthly figure was in line with estimates from economists. Trump took the news as another opportunity to push Fed Chair Jerome Powell to cut interest rates, saying in a post on Truth Social, quote, "Jerome Too Late Powell must now lower the rate. Steve Mnuchin really gave me a beauty when he pushed this loser. The damage he has done by always being too late is incalculable." Trump also hinted a lawsuit may be coming against Powell in the near future. The dominating news story of the past 24 hours continues to be Trump's invocation of the Deace Home Rule Act, taking control of D.C.'s law enforcement operations on behalf of the federal government.
You know, my father always used to tell me, I had a wonderful father, very smart, and he used to say, son, when you walk into a restaurant and you see a dirty front door, don't go in, because if the front door is dirty, the kitchen's dirty also. Same thing with the Capitol. If our Capitol's dirty, our whole country is dirty.
Of course, the reaction from the left was yawn hysterical.
I should note that the most violent moment in recent history in D.C. was January 6th. And it was an attack on the United States Capitol by a lot of people who were doing it in the name of Donald Trump.
D.C. residents like this man think overgrown grass is as big a problem as violent crime.
Or is he going to come pick up our trash next? Is that what I should expect? We do have areas with high grass that he can cut.
Sarcasm is anger's ugly cousin. From now on, unacceptable.
A curiously quick and well-organized protest formed in D.C. of pro-crime activists.
Whose city?
Our city!
Whose city?
Our city!
Free D.C. Free D.C.
In completely unrelated news, a few blocks away from that protest, a man was shot and killed. The motive for the shooting is not yet known. Amidst the flurry of furor over cracking down on crime, this old clip of D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwalb resurfaced.
We as a city and a community need to be much more focused on prevention and surrounding young people and their families with resources if we want to be safer in the long run. We cannot prosecute and arrest our way out of it.
Learning Chinese today, today's phrase is, you can't eat your way out of starvation.
你无法靠吃东西来摆脱饥饿.
Let's check in on crime across the country. In Colorado, a gender-confused registered sex offender will escape prosecution after he tried to kidnap a child from a Colorado schoolyard. It's thanks to a controversial law that has faced pushback even from prosecutors. Solomon Galligan, who now reportedly goes by the name Carmen, was found by doctors to be mentally incompetent after he allegedly attempted to snatch the 11-year-old boy during recess at Black Forest Hills Elementary School in Aurora in April of last year. Checking in on another major American city, Minneapolis, where mayoral candidate Omar Fateh lays out his priorities if he's elected.
The first, I would say, would be a hostile federal government with not only Donald Trump in office, but he has essentially a trifecta, both chambers of Congress and the Supreme Court. And a lot of our neighbors, especially our undocumented residents, are very concerned.
Meanwhile, in Mexico, President Claudia Sheinbaum is doubling down on her insistence that America would be trash if it weren't for illegals from her own country. She said during this speech, quote, "We want the work of Mexicans in the U.S. to be recognized. Without Mexicans who live and work in the U.S. would not be what it is. We do not agree with the ICE raids and the schemes of criminalization of migration." Back in D.C., a Democratic whistleblower told the FBI that Adam Schiff approved leaking classified information in order to discredit President Donald Trump. That's according to newly released documents. The documents were obtained originally by Just the News, were recently handed over to Congress by FBI Director Kash Patel. And finally, President Trump back at the White House fielded a question from a claustrophobic reporter.
You're building the big, beautiful ballroom. Yeah. Could we build a big, beautiful briefing room? Technology, more seats.
I don't want to do that. I don't want you to be comfortable. So no, I don't want to make life comfortable.
And that's what happened while we were away.